All right, today is quite ahead of schedule. You would not believe what time it is, and this is not cardio. I mean, there's going to be some post-lift cardio, but this is not the dedicated cardio of the day either. It's 11:30. Now, of course, it is a Saturday, so it's not like the gym is going to be completely dead like a weekday, but either way, this will be good. So now, I'll just have I don't know, it feels kind of weird. Like, I think my circadian rhythm of lifting has me lifting a little more like 6 p.m. or later. But I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of hurting my sleep. And I'm not saying that I can, like, I'm laying in bed jittery 3 hours after I drank whatever I just had. But, even if you can still fall asleep with some caffeine in your system, it doesn't mean you're in like complete REM or complete everything else. Like it can, all that. I forget what are the sort of resulting compounds of the caffeine. It's like norepiphedrine. Well, it's something along those lines. Like just having that in your system while you're sleeping, it's kind of taken away from your restfulness. So I think it's probably going to be in my best interest to make these lifts a little bit earlier in the day. Maybe not this early every time, but a little bit earlier. So this will be a quick little just description of what this lift will look like. And half of it, we'll just have to see, triceps first. And I definitely want to do some machine dips because I haven't done those for the last like 2 or 3 arm days. But other than that, biceps can be really fucking simple. I don't have to sit in here and do like 8 different kinds of curls. Like last arm day, the only real curl I ended up doing was like kind of a cambered cable curl. And by the time I did 4 sets of those, my biceps were wrecked. And with something like biceps, tries a little bit more complicated, but bis especially, they're just not that complicated of a muscle, Like your chest, obviously you want to do pressing, you want to do flies, you want to do incline pressing and flat pressing, and maybe some decline, like big stretch work. And with your back, you got to do pull downs, lat focus movements, rows, more mid back, maybe some sort of upward angled rows for your upper back, like that sort of stuff. But and then with triceps, you definitely should be hitting it from, I'd say, these 3 different ways, right? You got a regular push down, be it rope, be it a straight bar, be it a W bar, be it a V bar, whatever, like a push down here, an overhead based extension to be a bit more stretch focused, as well as a dipping movement. And one could argue that the dip is almost just like the push down, it's just only slightly different. But I'd say those are the big 3. But with biceps, even when you're doing a preacher curl or a barbell curl or a concentration curl or whatever, it's not really changing that much, So I guess all that's to say is, like, if you do a set of dumbbell curls and they click and you're like, holy crap, these feel really good, and then you do another set and that one feels pretty good too, you do another set and that one feels pretty good, it's like, okay, if I do like 4 more of these, I'm probably going to be fully pumped, like I can tell my whole bicep is getting hit, then I would just stay there. Like I wouldn't see the need to want to move on to anything else if that's already really working. So it's not like I'm saying never do different movements for biceps. Lift by lift, your workouts should look pretty different just to make sure you're hitting everything in all sorts of different ways. But don't feel like you have to. I've had arm days where all it was not straight bar, but like a W bar push down, heavy, 8 sets, and then dumbbell curls right off the rack. 60, get a little bit weaker, drop to a 50, a little bit weaker, drop to a 40. Maybe do like a squeezing superset at the end, like little things like that. And before you know it, boom, full on arm pump. You'd have no idea that I didn't just do 10 different, because, it's, I don't know, I feel like that's just kind of some kind of misconception. Like I see that a lot in a lot of comment sections of anybody's workouts, and it's always like, all you did was dumbbell curls? Why didn't you specifically target your brachioradialis? Why didn't you specifically target the long head and the short head of your bicep with the... It's like, dude, do a crazy set of dumbbell curls. Go hard, really push it, and then you tell me if you can feel any portion of your bicep that's still feels extra strong and wasn't worked. You know, because as much value as there is to specifically targeting different portions, like, I think that's totally true, but as much value as there is to that, you know, don't get lost in the details, right? We've all heard the phrase, you focus on the tree, you lose the forest. You know, you focus on, well, you get what I'm saying there. But either way, let's just jump in there and get this arm day started. This early arm day started. So let's change it up. I've been starting with a rope extension like every tricep lift. Haven't given the crossbody extension as much love. So light, like 30 pounds each. This is a weight that I can manage for these reps very well. So I'm gonna make use of that by, when I get to the fully extended position, really try to wrench it as if I'm trying to bend my arm backwards straight out of The Exorcist. So a hard long squeeze at the bottom, like a full second, up very slowly, try to feel my whole tricep like relax, and then just repeat until failure. You know, simple enough, but a little easier said than done. No. 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 Yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. One or two more. That was a good opening. No. Yeah. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah. No. Okay, goodness. All right. Yeah, let's do some dips next. That'll be a good change up. Yeah. Okay. One more like that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Let's get some overhead started. Oh. Oh. Oh my God, okay. One more of those. Okay. Oh, let's try to drop that. Or a superset, rather. Okay. Oh, man. I was about to say I'm going to need one more set, but that little drop into the regular pushdowns, I think tries are done. Let's start curling something, gosh dang it. All right, so I've got a history of starting with curls, dumbbell curls, preacher curls, cable curls, whatever. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever started the bicep day with the bicep biased pull downs. So in the spirit of changing shit up, changing stuff up, let's start with some of those first. No. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh. So. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, all done. Well, all done with these. Let's move on to some kind of dumbbell curl next, I think. Good opener though. 45-pound, very stretch focused curls on incline bench will be perfect. So, complete opposite of that first set. Like those bicep pull downs, very squeeze focused. Now these curls, very much so stretch focused. Obviously I'm still squeezing pretty hard too, but you get what I'm saying. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. One more. Yeah. 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 Okay, oh my god. That's enough of those. Oh gosh. Yeah. Let's do a machine next, I think. So, what I'm thinking here is alternating 5 reps at a time of a pretty moderate weight for these curls and not too heavy. Like honestly, if you would call that last set 100% weight, like failure at 6 plus some partials, this might be 50%, where every rep, oh, I guess I'm kind of just combining the hard squeezing portion of those bicep pull downs with a little more heft of a conventional curl. But let me see how does 130 feel? Yeah. Let's do 110, just barely above half the squat. There we go. Oh, this will be out here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Arms are fully pumped. Let's go find some lighting. Let's see how they're really looking. There we go. All right. Arms pretty much pumped to heck. Didn't take that much either. Those sets weren't the craziest. Like that wasn't like my, really heavy leg day. Every set is like a huff and puff, like event. And honestly, it's almost like my energy was good, but I feel like I wasn't as hyped today as normal. Which, I mean, I'm not saying that like it was a bad thing. The vibe of that lift just felt a little bit more chill, which, whatever. I don't think the pump has suffered much at all. So let's see how we're looking here. Trying to make sure my arms are totally symmetrical. Let me try one more. Gah. Holy crap. Yeah. We are most certainly getting somewhere. And especially in that front lat spread. Like I've been hinting at this for months, and now it's finally starting to happen. I can actually see some strong separation of shoulder, tricep, bicep underneath. So what used to be kind of just a little bit of a smooth transition is now getting a little more angular. And then as I get leaner, that is only going to become more and more abrupt. Like right here, shoulder striations, bicep, brachialis, tricep. Ideally, that will all be very sharp. Sharp is a good description. Oh. Okay, now am I hallucinating? Or is that a hint of some tricep striations right there? It's tricky to reach around this far. Oh, there we go. Whew. And that's just freaking cool. But arms complete. So now let's just get in the car, head back home and eat something. I am hungry. Also thirsty. There we go. Okay, some time has actually passed since that pose down because 30 minutes on the seated bike turned into 60 minutes on the seated bike. Now, when it comes to cardio, if you've, which, you know, a topic I've referenced reasonably frequently, I would say this. For the most part, your best bet... Oops. The bag's too heavy. It always sets off the... There we go. But for the most part, I would say your best bet with the cardio, if you want to have like an active routine, is going to be cardio in the morning, go about your day, eat some food, kind of, you know, get back to baseline, and then lift a little bit later. You know, whether that lift is at 4 or 6 or 8 or whatever, cardio in the morning and then lift at night. But for me, at least, that makes the most sense. It gives me time to go through the day to get warmed up, get some food in my system, then have a good workout at night, eat another meal afterward, and go to sleep. But I got a lot of cardio to do right now, so I'm gonna have another, technically this is actually the morning session. Oh wait, no, what am I saying? Oh no, it's an earlier session. So yeah, but I've got the cardio in the morning and cardio post lift. So gotta double it up. Usually I just end up doing an hour in the morning and then 30 minutes after the lift. But today I felt a little bit extra cheeky. You know, gotta get freaking real here. And the reason I would say you probably wouldn't want to do your cardio post-workout is because after a workout, you should go home and eat something, right? Jump straight to the recovery process. But that's more so for a maintained, you know, baseline kind of maintenance or whatever you're aiming for. This is definitely pushing the envelope in terms of the calorie burning side of things. So got to go a little bit extra far beyond. But I mean, I just don't understand the hate. I mean, the cardio is so easy. Like, I think it's just an idea. Like, the word cardio is scary. So, you know, maybe next time you feel like you're in a safe space, nope, you don't detect any threats around you in the gym, just take a seat on the seat of bike. Don't even start pedaling. Just take a seat, play on your phone. Mess with the buttons, and then maybe put your feet on the pedals and just see what happens. No pressure. And before you know it, I think you'll get it. You'll suddenly grasp what I've been trying to say all along. But I feel rather tired. So I'm going to have a good post-workout meal. Probably 10 or 12 ounces of top round steak with very minimal oil to sear in whatever pan I end up using. And then maybe I might just do some steamed broccoli, just for the sake of having more fluff to eat. Because there's a certain value to just eating food where having stuff in your stomach makes you feel full. Not having stuff that's really like calorie dense or anything. Because what's going to make you feel more full? Right? Eating 2 pounds of strawberries or a pint of Ben & Jerry's. The pint of Ben & Jerry's has 5 times the calories, but by the time you've actually eaten the whole thing, you're not going to feel that full. Whereas even 2 pounds of freaking strawberries, that would fill you up. So honestly, that's kind of making me think I should stop at the store and grab some of those. Because dieting down, at least, it's always a bit easier for me to stick to more whole foods. And by that I mean just like basic stuff, changing it up or trying to hack the system by eating like protein bars and like the low carb treats and stuff that you see in all the vending machines. Like it's just not really any better. Like if you got a protein bar where it was like low carb, it's flavored with like all the sugar alcohols and the erythritol and all sorts of fancy like sugar replacements or whatever, where it's like, oh, it's actually only got 2 calories per gram instead of 4. By the time you look at all the macros, you flip it around, okay, 15 grams of protein. I'd probably just rather have that from like some ground beef or some turkey. 15 grams or like 18 grams of fats. Okay, that's actually a lot of fat. What the hell? I thought this is supposed to be a low calorie thing. And then, a bunch of like carb sweetener replacements where if you eat a bunch of them, it totally just messes your stomach up and makes you feel bloated, right? So it's, at that point, I'd rather just have like a couple ounces of ground beef and just some straight up chocolate or something. It would have the same caloric value. So there really is no getting around just being a little bit strict with the calories themselves. But I could tell I could probably do with a nap. I could see a nap happening very soon once I get back to the house. But either way, I think we'll just call it there, make this a little bit of a quick one. So December 22nd for you, 3 days until Christmas. And this year, at least for us, it's a little bit different. Santa doesn't have a naughty list. And he's got a list of guys who have been skipping their cardio. And yeah, unfortunately for you, Dennis, you're on that list. And I know you're laughing at your buddy Paul, but guess what? You're on that list too. Because he knows it. He checked it twice. Yeah, no gifts for you. You're getting straight quinoa in your stocking. He's not going to hand out cold, but pretty close. Either way, I will see you for some leg action tomorrow.